We live in a globalized world in which more and more people are traveling and are starting to live in different places, usually far away from their original homes. But this is the prerequisite for a clash of cultures, a conflict between a person's own native cultural identity and the new cultural identity they have to assume in their new adopted home. This conflict can be the cause of a lot of pain and suffering, and there are many different ways to express these feelings of torment. Jeanette and Toonder, an assistant professor in our university, has written an article about the power of storytelling when expressing these feelings out into the world. The paper covers a book by Franco-Iranian author Maryam Madjidi called Marx et la poupée. It is a novel that mixes poetry and prose. It is a diary of a past life between Tehran and Paris, recounting the author's lost and rediscovered origins. I decided to invite Jeanette for a conversation about this interesting topic.
Cultural translation is an act of mediation between cultures through storytelling, through the telling of stories, and by connecting an audience with a person who tells the story, who writes the story. Turns out that particularly the bodily rhetoric is a very strong and important means to tell the story from a personal perspective, lived experience perspective, and also using memories for that. So turning memories through bodily experiences into stories. Remembering the pain and writing down the pain, that's actually where the suffering is also expressed and becomes apparent. Two elements are very important in this cultural translation. First, of course, the element of the person who tells the story, the narrator, the protagonist in literary texts, who becomes empowered through storytelling, by telling their stories. And the second element, indeed, we also need a reader or a listener who responds to this and who can understand the suffering, maybe also in a bodily way, in a certain sense. Literary theorists have looked into this and said what is very important here is that the experience can be recognized. Cultural translation, I would say, is about encounters between cultures.
I hope you enjoyed this video and that you will be back next time for another interesting discussion.